Hey everyone, I'm NornQueenAlexis and welcome back to the channel. Today we have the Blood of Baal, Battleforce and Beyond to Infinity and Beyond. That's the first thing I thought of when I saw this, and I thought it was hilarious. So we're taking a look at some of the news today that has come out on Warhammer Community, which is the Battleforces that we've already seen, and some of the stuff from Blood of Baal, which is really interesting because I thought the Baal crisis was taken care of in Devastation of Baal, but apparently it's continuing. The Tyranids continue to assault Baal, and we don't really know why. And I had to think of this too. Baal is an irradiated wasteland with absolutely no strategic value other than, like, neutralizing the Blood Angels. But overall, let's see what this actually has to say. Joining me today, I have John and White.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
And these two are mods on my Discord. They are also really good friends of mine. If you are a part of my Discord, please be sure to check it out. If you're not a part of my Discord, please be sure to check it out. We have a very open and welcoming community of nerds. My gaggle is quite hilarious at times. And yes, I am calling him a gaggle of nerds.
Absolutely.
Although I do think that a playset of nerds is better to describe a group. Does that work better? I think it works better. So, moving right along, we have the coming soon stuff. Buckle up, it's almost time for some Christmasing. Next week, you're bringing... I can't speak. You know what? Do it. One of you. Meh.
Buckle up. It's almost time for some Christmassin'. Next weekend, we're bringing... Yeah, Christmassin'.
Sure.
They're trying to be Southern. It's weird. Next weekend, we're bringing you a host of goodies for Warhammer 40k and Warhammer Age of Sigmar, kicking off December with new battle forces, the Psychic Awakening, and more. Here's what you'll be able to pre-order next weekend.
So, we've already discussed the new battle forces, and I've already went over these in a video. You can see it on my channel. Hopefully, if I'm smart, I'll put the link in the description down below for that. But overall, I said that the Tau was okay, the Blood Angels is okay, Space Wolves is bad, the Black Legion one is actually pretty decent, the Drukhari, actually all three of these ones are really good. It's pretty interesting that they separated the bad ones from the good ones, so that's pretty neat. The only thing I don't like in the Tyranid one is that you get gargoyles, and gargoyles are pretty much useless this edition. They also have a host of Age of Sigmar battle forces. I don't know much about Age of Sigmar, so your guess is as good as mine. The Skaven one apparently is ridiculously good from everything that I've been hearing. And we have brand new Titanicus stuff for all of the Titanicus players out there. All like 4 of you that actually exist, and I've never actually seen a game of this being played in real life, except at events. But I'm sure that there is a crowd for this game out there somewhere. I think it's kind of neat. The Night Household Battle Force, does it actually come with all of this? If it does, then I might buy it, maybe? I don't know. It looks interesting. I mean, if it's an all-in-one box, I may pick it up, but I'm not too crazy about it. And even some Adeptus Titanicus Knights. So yeah, the Adeptus Titanicus are pretty neat. I've never actually seen the game played too much except at events, like I've said. And I'm not a big fan of skirmish games. I kind of like playing my knights in 40k. So there's that. Now, let's get to the thing that I really want to talk about. The Psychic Awakening Blood of Baal. White, if you want to read this part.
Alright. Just a sec.
What the hell was that? Did you explode?
No, I was clearing my throat,
Okay, look, I get it. You're a psyker and you had a backlash just now. But try to keep your head together for like 2 seconds and not summon demons. And read this. Psychers. You can never trust them.
Who wears red, comes down your chimney and punishes the naughty? Why, Mephiston attacking a manufactorum full of traitors, of course. Next weekend we turn our gaze to Baal's Palace in the Psychic Awakening, with a new campaign supplement and a stunning new rendition of the Lord of Death.
Okay, one day I will be mature enough to read Baal's Palace without giggling.
God damn it.
One day I will be able to listen to that without giggling. It's like the sentence asteroid slammed into Uranus.
Alexis, you could be deaf and you'd still laugh at that.
I know.
Through the Red Scar, we have fought. On Keru, on Ashelon,
No, it keeps
on Belek Alphas,
This book
and
is
on the
part
soil
Hang
of
on.
the sacred Baal
I
itself.
know you.
United once more, the sons of Sanguinius joined battle against the numberless horrors of the Great
It
Devourer.
doesn't look like they're doing too good in this battle.
These monstrosities are never truly defeated.
I should
Purge
kill their
them,
high
and
foods.
they adapt. Drive them back, and they return, undaunted. We are stretched to the very point of defeat,
Alright.
and yet we remain. In blood we were born, and in battle do we rise. Even now, against a pall of bitter darkness, the guttering light of Baal flickers with defiance once more. But what cruel fate has drawn the hive mind to our home? Racked by war and cursed by radiation, Baal offers little enough to sate the unfathomable hunger of the Devourer.
So that was my question.
Unless we can solve that mystery, I fear our doom is imminent.
So, a couple of weeks ago, I picked up a little short story about Mephiston. Prior to him being Mephiston, prior to him getting body slammed by a Bastion. And in this story, there was a Terminator aboard a Space Hulk or some type of space fortress where Genestealer cult started to attack him. And the Genestealer cult got a hold of the genes of the Blood Angels. And it caused all of them to kill each other. They just went absolutely crazy. And this guy, he figured out how to beat the Red Thirst or Black Rage and have the state of mind to go back and lock himself behind a door to hold the secrets for all eternity until Mephiston ripped them out of his head. Now, it could be something along those lines. The Tyranids are trying to solve the genetic screw-up of the Blood Angels to actually use all of their abilities to better fight the other Marines. That's my guess. My other guess is it actually comes from Devastation of Baal towards the ending. Spoilers, by the way, I should have probably said spoilers for the last story, but whatever. Spoilers. What is his name? What is the demon's name?
What you thinking of?
The demon that fights Sanguinius.
Oh, Kabanda.
Yeah, Kabanda came back and fought off the Tyranids just enough for Gilliman and his boys to show up to save the Blood Angels, and now they're fighting again. So I'm a little confused where this story takes place in the timeline. I'm assuming it takes place during the devastation, instead of after.
But here's the thing, Alexis, we have Primaris Mephiston.
Yeah, so this has to take place after that, which
maybe that's
also means that the Tyranids came back, so the Imperium just kind of went, here's a bunch of stuff, okay, bye, and left. Yeah. This is kind of a jerk move by Gilliman, so Gilliman or Kabanda might come back and save them, or we might actually get the first glimpse at Sanguinius possessing Dante and get living Saint Dante as a way of saving way of defeating the Tyranids and besting everything. My running theory is that Sanguinius is going to come back into the lore. It only makes sense based on sales. The Blood Angels are one of the top-selling 40k armies for Space Marines. So if you are going to bring back Primarch, you might as well bring back Sanguinius. I know a bunch of lore junkies right now are going to be like, no! You can't bring him back because his noble sacrifice, or insert random stuff that somebody made up because Sanguinius barely has any lore in Horus Heresy. I think he's in like 5 books at most in the Horus Heresy series. In fact, the final fight between him and Horus the Purple And yes, I am saying Le Purple as a joke for Battlefleet Gothic, but Lupercal. Their fight was never fully fleshed out. We just know that Horus beat Sanguinius, and apparently his soul was trapped aboard the Vengeful Spirit, maybe, or that I've never seen that in actual lore. I've never seen that written on by GW. And I've searched. I've looked. If somebody can point out the book where it says that, I would love to read it. But it is not in any of the books that I've seen. I know that the Talon of Horus is what killed Sanguinius. And when in sight of the Talon of Horus, the Blood Angels immediately go into murder everything mode and launch themselves to try to kill it. Try to kill Abaddon. So there's a lot going on here. Personally, I think we're going to see... I really think we're just going to go ahead and see, like, some more Primaris stuff, some more crazier stuff, or maybe Genestealer cultists working with the Tyranids to try to figure out how to solve this mystery. And at the same time, maybe we might see some Auto-Xenos Inquisitors working with the Blood Angels to try to solve this. To be honest, they might want to call in the Deathwatch and, try to take care of this situation. My hair is messed up. Like, look at this. Look at this. Look at this one piece. Oh my god. All right, let me try doing it this way. No, just... Oh my god, this one piece is going to drive me nuts now. Oh my god. I hate everything. Anyway. Moving on. This book is part lore and part double proto... What? Oh, it's the Codex update. Okay. Alright. Inside, you'll see Blood Angels face Tyranids once more as part of the desperate ongoing defense of their homeworld. New and updated data sheets give your Blood Angels access to extra army rules, vanguard units, stratagems, psychic powers, litanies, and more. There's even some extra stuff for Flesh Terror fans. That's cool because the Flesh Terrors were literally down to like 5 people before, Gilliman just went, here you go. Ideal if you like your Blood Angels successors extra bloody. That kind of sounds gross. So we can see some cooler stuff in here, like maybe army-wide Black Rage and Red Thirst. That would be kind of neat. The Blood Angels did actually need a bit of an update. They were falling behind on the Space Marine roster. So they'll probably be right back up there with, like... I'd say Salamanders, but they just got nerfed. I'd say Iron Hands, but they just got nerfed. Imperial Fist are still up there. Same with Crimson Fist. So up there with those two. In terms of probably tier list wise. There's still Space Marines. They're still going to be very good. But Blood Angels with some of the new infiltrators is going to be devastating. Actually, any close combat Space Marine army with infiltrators is going to be devastating. And any army that can actually get units across the battlefield very quickly is also going to be very good. What I'm hoping that this codex actually has is the jump pack characters. I know GW is trying to do away with some of the older models, like the jump pack characters, the jump pack apothecary, the jump pack librarian, and things of that nature. I might be wrong about the librarian. Please forgive me if I am. But I know the jump pack apothecary is going to be going away with Legends more than likely. So I'm hoping that this book actually keeps it and maybe puts some bike characters back into the game, because as of right now, there's a few things going away with Warhammer Legends that I'm not too happy about. And it is something that I am deeply worried about. I do think that Warhammer Legends is probably one of the worst things to happen to this edition. Actually, hands down, I think it is the worst thing to happen to this edition, which is the removal of certain characters and everything. So one thing you'll notice about the book's cover art is Mephiston ain't got no nipples. Like, I think that this needs to point out, this is an oversight by GW and we need to fix it. Like,
sweet gore.
He ain't got no nipples. His armor is nipple armor. His model, in fact, I think you can actually see his model. No.
Yeah.
Or it's down
his
here.
model's got nipples.
Yeah, look. His models got nipples. His art ain't got no nipples. This is a travesty that needs to be corrected, and I hereby demand that he gets his nipples. Free the nipple. Let's do this.
Hashtag free the nipple.
Everyone trying to get rid of food plate.
All right, who wants to read the next part? That's not all the Tyranids.
All right. That's not all. The Tyranids are getting some very exciting updates to help you bring this army to life on the tabletop. Extra bio artifacts allow you to create particularly notable Griblies armed with unique and terrifying weapons. A suite of stratagems lets you change your strategy on the battlefield to better hunt your prey. You'll even be able to build your own hive fleet with your choice of traits. And that's not all.
Wowzers. Yeah, Tyranids desperately needed an update. I love my Tyranids. I think they're really powerful. Actually, that's a lie. I don't think they're really powerful. They kind of die really quickly and have little to no survivability aside from Jormungandr with the -1 and Cronus with the better barrage rules for shooting. But Hive Fleet Kraken does suffer quite a bit. It is the close combat Tyranid, and they only have like the Genestealer bomb, and that's kind of it. Like, Genestealers plus Swarm Lord equals a 42-inch charge turn 1, a 42-inch threat range turn 1, and it's terrifying up until your opponent just bubble wraps his or her best units, and you just go like this, yeah, I destroyed your bubble wrap, and then your opponent goes, okay, and your Genestealers are dead. And that's it. So I do want... I actually want Yumgarl Genestealers back. I really want Yumgarl Genestealers back. I know they can get the Yumgarl factor on certain units, but I like the Yumgarl Genestealers. I also want more named characters to come out of this. And I know Tyranids and named characters is kind of a whatever thing, but the Hive Fleet has shown the adaptation of bringing out named characters or things that are notable to use as shock tactics against their enemies. Also, this model is not painted. That's... What? I'm assuming that's because of the picture. But they do use shock tactics. They do bring back Old One Eye, even though he's more of a hindrance than an actual effective unit because of the missing eye. Although that doesn't matter to the Tyranids, since their synaptic web allows them to see everything on the battlefield in a three-dimensional vision, so they don't need to see you to know that you are there. They just need one of them to see you to know that you are there, so that they can better coordinate their attacks. So I am interested what they're going to be doing with the Tyranids. They're my second favorite army in all of 40k. I'm the Norn Queen after all. These are my babies. I absolutely love them. Also, I do have to bring this up. See, the Imperium, we kill a few of them, okay, to feed my babies. And everybody throws a hissy fit. But you kill 1 trillion of my babies where I have to listen to them crying in pain. And I'm not allowed to be mad about that? Tisk tisk. This is why we actually attack you. Because you don't apologize. It's the real reason. I'm also really hungry. Anyway, moving on.
What?
Who wants to read the adaptive?
Your turn, White.
There it is. Adaptive Physiology is a new system bespoke for the Tyranids that lets you represent the myriad adaptations of the Great Devourer. A Carnifex with Synapse, a pack of camouflaged Tyranid warriors, it's all possible thanks to Psychic Awakening. We'll be previewing these systems in more depth soon, so stay tuned.
I like it.
Just
Okay.
who could...
So, one of the things about the Tyranids, they kind of get shafted in every edition up until this edition. A lot of people think that the Tyranids are powerful. They're not really. They're kind of a one-trick pony. And if you have enough bolters, you can literally take down the Tyranids without any trouble whatsoever. New Space Marines versus Tyranids, it's not even a fair fight. Tyranids have no survivability versus Space Marines, especially with AP2 Stalker Bolters just blowing away their creatures. Like, Tyranid warriors are dead. They're probably still going to be bad. They're like Terminators. They seem really good up until you go, yeah, the 3 wounds, and their toughness 4, and they're dead. Yay! They're really bad. I love warriors, but they're really bad. All right, go ahead with the next part.
All right. Just who could stand before such a tide of terrors? We can think of no one better than Mephiston, the Lord of Death. Reborn, again, after crossing the Rubicon Primaris, the new Mephiston is an exemplar of the terrifying grace of the Blood Angels, not to mention a great presentation piece for a painter.
It's true. And the Rubicon Primaris did actually give him a 3rd nipple. Just saying. That was what they actually gave him to enhance his already super powerful powers. Who remembers Mephiston in 6th edition? This dude would take on entire armies by himself. Like 1,200 points versus Mephiston was considered a fair fight. And Mephiston would still win. It was insane. So he does have some cool stuff. I'm not a fan of this sword. I think that is a little bit silly. Because that's just going to, like, impale something. But it is a power sword, so it doesn't matter the shape. So long as it has the weight behind it to just to cut through everything. Backpack looks cool. The tubes going from it look nice. I like the tubes going all the way around, though it doesn't make too much sense and exposes a lot. Meaning that you can just hit those and probably lose a lot of power to this suit. But he is Mephiston, after all. He can probably man his way through it. And then we have Chapter Approved 2019. Whenever Warhammer 40k Army you play, you'll want to get a copy of this year's Chapter Approved, the essential annual update for all games in the 41st millennium. This year, we've separated Chapter Approved into 2 bundle books for your convenience, for their profit. So if you don't have Chapter Approved is actually really good for getting new missions and some new rules updates, but if you have Battlescribed, you don't really need Chapter Approved, you just need the missions. It offers some new stuff for narrative players and some new stuff for open war that no one uses, which is kind of neat. I do like the narrative stuff, and I do want to incorporate that more into my games, but the open war stuff can just go out the window because nobody plays open war. And if you're going to be one of those people that defend open war, let me do Smite 52 times on a 5 and see how much you like open war afterwards. Oh, but Alexis, you're just trying to break open war. No, open war is just a broken system. Sorry, it is. The Minotaur Field Manual looks a little bit... It's just points value. So that's literally just Battlescribed. You don't need it. I'm just going to say that. It's kind of neat. If you like collecting the 40k books, I highly suggest getting this one. I'm hoping it actually comes with Chapter Approved. Like it's in the same packaging. That way you only buy 1 book, and then I'd be okay with it. But if it's literally like another book for $20+, I'm just going to pass on it. I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, because my thought on that is it says 2 bundled books, and if you look at the picture, the field manual is softback while Chapter Approved is hardcover.
Yeah, so I'm assuming there are 2 different books.
Mm-hmm.
Just sold together.
Yeah, but it's probably going to be like in the shrink wrap, and it's going to be behind the other one.
Yeah. Try new missions and ways to play in Chapter Approved 2019 itself, then build your match play list using Battlescribed. I just summed up the rest of that, which is Battlescribed. All right. Kill Team. Hey, look. Women are finally in Kill Team.
Yay.
Yay! I can finally play women and not just woman in Kill Team, because the last team that actually included women was the Blackstone Fortress girls, the Rogue Trader girls, and that was it. There was literally 5 women in Kill Team. So we got the Sisters of Battle, but not the Sisters of Silence, and they're taking Repentia, which I wouldn't take because I would just take Flamers and Meltaguns and just go from there, because Repentia really aren't... They're kind of good, but they'll just die instantly to everything, especially without protection. So let's see what it actually says up here. Try the Adeptus Sororitas gearing up your heretical Astartes with new guns. Forge narrative with dozens of missions. This gaming tool is packed with resources that'll make your battles more fun however you prefer to play. I do like Kill Team for a narrative standpoint, but I don't like Kill Team for a competitive game. I a lot of people have argued with me about this, but I really don't see Kill Team as competitive. I don't think it's balanced enough for competitive play. My reasoning for it is Psychers are busted. Feel No Pain is busted. Commanders are busted. And I know that they've been trying their hardest to make them not busted, but they still are just busted. I'm sorry. I know somebody's going to pose an argument for this, but I'm going to strictly use Kill Team for more of a narrative focus. Also, new Repentia in there. I don't like this one, but I am warming up to this one. I really like this one. So, with that all said, that is pretty much it for all the updates today. We are getting an echo from one of you, so can you two go to push to talk? All right. So that is it for all the updates for today. The things that I'm excited about is probably I might pick up this Drukhari Battleforce just because it's an efficient box to buy for a Drukhari army. And Drukhari are one of the armies that my studio does not have. We need Drukhari, Ynnari, and Eldar. We're debating whether or not to actually get Exodites for the studio and just using them as regular whatever the hell we feel like it. But all that said, I want to know your guys' thoughts. What do you think about the new Battleforces? What do you think about the new Titanicus stuff? What do you think about the real meat and potatoes here, the Blood of Baal? I'm a little bit all over the place with this one because I don't know why they repeated the same story. It feels like I get it that the story wasn't done, but at the same time, Devastation of Baal ended really well. And to just say the Tyranids are back is, I don't know. Get the Imperial Navy. Get rid of the Tyranids in space first. And then deal with the ground forces. They're going to need to call in some allies. Like, all of them. Ever. Even more than just the Blood Angels. They're going to need Astra Militarum there. They're going to need Sororitas there. They're going to need pretty much everything. They're going to need the Deathwatch there.
Yeah, where's the Deathwatch at?
I know, right?
Cryptman, where you at, bro?
Anyway, with all of that said, I want to thank my two friends for joining me today. As always, be sure to check out all the links in the description down below. There you can follow me on all sorts of social media, including Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook. I do a lot of stuff on Twitch, not just 40K related. It's a lot of gaming stuff, and it's a lot of fun to just be a part of the community. Speaking of the community, be sure to check out the links in the description down below to find my Patreon. Patreon goes a long way to help supporting this channel. And as always, I'm NornQueenAlexis. I love you guys. Bye. Hey everyone, do you want a cool shirt? Be sure to check out my Teespring. Link is in the description down below.